The opening tip is won by the Rockets. Harden to Capella. And scores.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Harden has it up the floor to P.J. Tucker. To Paul. Jay, what's going to be good enough this year for the Rockets to get to the NBA Finals?
Boy, you need CP3 to be healthy, but also I think James Harden needs to continue to build on his play in the playoffs in particular. Those last 6 games against the Golden State Warriors, he really struggled from the three-point line. He shot 37% during the regular season. He shot 20% in the Western Conference Finals.
To P.J. Tucker. To Paul. Add 2 points to the board. He has that sixth sense that you just can't teach.
He's like a traffic cop, and he's navigating a myriad of bodies coming his way. And there's a smaller innuendo of the game that nobody talks about. When he makes a great pass, he'll tell the offensive player, shoot it, go up, dunk it. He will direct you and lead you to success.
Ooh, Chris Paul. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Warren here against Harden. To Rodney Hood. Clarkson. Rockets come up with it. To Anthony. Scores from the post.
Learn from that. You got to be a step ahead of the offensive player. Know that fake is coming again later.
Clarkson with the basketball. 10-4 is the score. Capella to Paul. Ooh, Chris Paul. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
Ed, all this talk I heard over the summer, what about CP3's hamstring? Will he be able to get back his first step? Will he still have it? There you go.
To Rodney Hood. Screen coming. Knocks it down from mid-range.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
James Harden at the controls. To Anthony.
2 minutes left in the first quarter.
Harden. Message received. Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Paul across the timeline. The score 12-8. The rebound's cleared by the Cavs. To Rodney Hood. Off the mark. He's made those before, but that was well defended.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
James Harden missed his first. That one goes. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense. Tucker. Surveys the floor. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Sexton. Count the basket. He's feeling good. Defense has to get him out of his comfort zone.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
To Paul. Fires the three. He was all over him. Into the front court comes Smith. Trailing by 4. He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let him know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
That's the first foul in the last 2 minutes.
Off the mark on the first free throw. And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one. Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. Driving right to the basket. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Eric Gordon trying to cash in on a three-point play. A career 81% free throw shooter. Can't convert the free throw. Long key from three-quarters court. First quarter in the books. The Rockets with the lead. One quarter in the books, and Jay, naturally, both coaches wanted to get more stops. But boy, was that fun to watch.
If anything on this game, Ed, you have to expect the unexpected. When players have range that extend outside the gymnasium, oh, we're going to get a chance to watch something special.
Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
And the defender's got to take note. Otherwise, that shot's going up all game long.
Paul with it up top. Leads 3. Over to the right side. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's what you like to see. Austin Rivers. Tough shot from downtown.
Every hero needs a good sidekick. Nice find to set up a 3.
Here's a chance from long range. Misfires. It's no good. Rivers to bring it into the front court. Up by 6. Nothing going here on that drive. Austin Rivers to Paul. Going to launch beyond the arc. Tough shot. Well defended.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Gordon with it. We're a minute into the second quarter. Count the basket at the rim.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
To Paul. Ooh, Chris Paul. He's now 4 for 6. There's a sixth sense there that you just can't teach.
If you're a player on the same team with CP3, you should be taking that point guard out to dinner every single night. There's something to be said about a guard that makes the game way easier for you to be even more of an efficient offensive player.
Nance to Alec Burks. Has a look, gets a look, and a putback slam.
If you know anything, it comes down to who wants it more. And right now, the offense is just hungry.
Now the Rockets will use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Changes coming from both sides right now.
Substitutions, Cleveland.
James Harden. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Oh, straight down the middle, 4-2.
I could see the beads of sweat forming when he had to put the ball on the ground there. You still got it, though.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul. Tucker to Harden. And he hits.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Knocked loose. Nance. Shot from the lane won't go. Paul into the front court. His team on top by 8. Now pass taken away by Cleveland. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The results, he's going to the line.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Larry Nance Jr. has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 68%. And hits the first free throw. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. To Paul. To P.J. Tucker. Trying to cash in. A fundamental shot right there.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Cavaliers with the basketball. Clarkson. And they call the foul. Felt the breeze there, Jay.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
Larry Nance Jr., a couple of free throws on the way. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. And he connects on the first free throw. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Paul into the front court. It's an 8-point lead. James Harden. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
It just seems like one of 3 things happen every time James Harden has the ball. Either he scores, he gets fouled, or he kicks it out to someone for a 3. Pick your poison.
The drive right to the basket. He takes it right at them and scores. You have to fill in there.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Now Paul with the basketball. He'll run the offense. And gets to the basket. Jay, he knew exactly where he was going with it.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Paul across the timeline. Lead stands at 10. Right down the lane, but the shot won't go. Short jumper won't go down.
Wait, I'm sorry. You get paid how much money to miss shots like that? That can't happen.
Harden with it up top. His guys can hold for the final shot. James Harden. He's now shooting 5 for 7. He'll put it up at the buzzer. Time expires to end the first half with the Rockets in front.
Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at what went down so far in this one. And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
Clarkson with the basketball. His guys trail by 10. And finishes strong. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Paul. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Clarkson with the basketball. His club's staring up at an 8-point deficit. Harden in possession. His guys lead here early stages, 3rd quarter. Nothing going here on that drive. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Got up.
Wide open look, won't go.
You see, Ed, this is where coaches get fired. It's great to have good offensive sets, but if you can't execute, then the play was a failure.
Tough make through traffic.
Defenders had no chance on that one. That's why we call it the elite tier.
Ball in possession of Cleveland. No good, and no foul.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
Add 2 points to the board.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
Clarkson to Colin Sexton. Clint Capella swats it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Tucker to Harden. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
James Harden at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. A career 85% free throw shooter. Harden hits the free throw. It's a 3-point play. The Rockets extend their lead. Now the Cavs going to signal for timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this 3rd quarter. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Jordan Clarkson trying to cash in on a three-point play. For his career, 80% at the line. Free throw good for the three-point play. It's back to a 14-point game. Now it's Harden at the controls. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Hood. Had a good look there, but it's no good. To Harden. P.J. Tucker lays it in.
Probably option 3 right there in the court, but every player is a threat. No excuse for that easy bucket.
Clarkson with the basketball. Down a bundle. Warren defended by Tucker. To Love. Throws it down. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
Clint Capella, very efficient and making an impact. He's 3 for 3.
Ed, I know we live in a new age where players rather take a 3 than a 2, but if you get an easy 2, that's a guaranteed bucket. You have to take it.
Knocked loose. Here's Paul, controlling the offense. To Capella. And the slam.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on, but the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
He gets it.
You know, he may not show up in your feed all the time with the crazy highlights, but he's one of the most underrated creative shot makers we have in this game.
We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Subbing in for the Rockets, number 10,
Harden, deep left corner, has a chance, and he buries it.
Eric Gordon finished second in the sixth-man of the year voting after winning the previous year. But what's even more astonishing is watching his development at his time in Houston. In New Orleans, often it looked like he was lost. But there's no doubt about it. In H-Town last year, he found a second life.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
You see, the savvy players, they can create contact. They can throw their arms into you, even their bodies into you, and as soon as the refs blow the whistle once or twice and you become hesitant defensively, they got you right where they want.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
And the rebound taken in by the Rockets. Nene to P.J. Tucker. Larry Nance Jr. Huge block. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Nene at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 66%. Free throw good to cap off the three-point play as they continue to open things up here in the third quarter. Clarkson with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. It's Clarkson with the slam.
The defense needs to be in more of a stance and react better. A player with that kind of NBA talent level will get to the rim every time with moves like that.
All by himself, creates his own shot there. Deep 3 at the buzzer. That ends the third quarter. It's been all Rockets. It's the Rockets in control of the basketball as we start the fourth quarter. You figured they certainly had the advantage coming into this one. Jay, that's how it's played out.
On paper, this wasn't set up to be much of a contest. If the crowd could have gotten into it early, maybe. But sometimes a team is so good that you never had a chance to even start.
To Love. Kevin Love. He's now 4 for 6.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Gets it in the left corner. Anthony to Capella. From the painted area, won't go down. To Rodney Hood. Carmelo Anthony sends it away.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Capella. For 3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
The eyes of the shooter say everything. His eyes pretty much said, "Are you sure you want to give me the ball here?"
To Rodney Hood. To Love. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Hood shot, no good. Gordon with it. His guys holding the big lead. To Anthony. Nothing going here on that drive. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, "Yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him," you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Now the Rockets will use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Goes to the left side. Tucker. Fires the 3. Knocks it down.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch. But great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
Rockets have the steal. And the basket good at the rim.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
It's Rockets ball. Tucker. Lets it fly from long range. Always has a chance for Tucker, but not that time. Love goes to the right side. 4-3. Can't connect. It's no good. Harden into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. To Anthony. Cavaliers get possession. And a throwdown.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Harden in possession. He'll run the offense. Tucker to Harden. Anthony. Not that time. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
I remember my high school coach said 1 man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
To Rodney Hood. Off the assist.
Oh, yeah, get your money, get your money. The assist from number 1.
It's in the hands of James Harden. To Capella. Harden. And he hits.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Short jumper won't fall.
We call some of these players practice players. You know, the guys that make 5 out of 10 shots in practice, but then all of a sudden they're not gamers because then they're making 1 of 10. That's exactly what you want him to do. You want him to take those kind of shots.
Cavs at the controls. Rockets have it.
You better get back on D. This thing is not over.
Nene to Harden. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Come on. You knew that setup was coming the whole game. But you were patient and you waited until the right moment to use it.
To Alec Burks. Sexton. Deep 2 there, won't go. And the nice finish at the rim.
The assist from number 7.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. It's the Rockets who are victorious as they cruise to win a game that was never really in doubt. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Rockets dominated this game from beginning to end. The scoring display they put on is going to be hard to forget. It's hard to imagine anyone doesn't come away impressed with how effectively they score their points. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Houston Rockets. The Cavaliers seemed to give up on this game as it got more challenging. And it's games like this where veteran players can be so important. They've been through these types of blowouts, and they know what it takes to keep a locker room united. Check out the leading scores for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Game track. Assists.
The Houston Rockets were very impressive in the way they shared the ball, giving each other the opportunity to not just take good shots, but great shots. That's what I believe made the difference for them in this game, that being the great assists.
Player of the game.
James Harden gets the award for the most obvious reason, and that's his scoring output. He couldn't be stopped, and it was incredible to watch.
Cold.
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
check out the upcoming games for the Cleveland Cavaliers. See y'all next time. Jalen Rose signing out.